Hi friends. My name is Nitin, Shankar. I am a working professional, and today I just thought to take up a point, a very important point, which I have seen that most of the people don't follow. Let it be up their personal life, let it be their corporate life, and it's a very important and a very important application that every time we tend to use in our personal life and a corporate life, and we actually get into worse situation because we don't know how to do a particular thing. For example, the topic I have taken today is how to respond and how to behave, and it versus with the reaction. For example, that you might have seen many people reacting, and you might seen many people responding. So I took this point, a very important point, that what is the difference between a response and a reaction, why people respond and why we should not actually react. So there are two things today I would like to talk. First is difference between the response and reaction. So who responds and who react? For example, in a very common language, I would to tell you that the people who are very aggressive in nature, who are like little bit, I would say, frustrated, people who are little who feels like very suffocated, they people tend to actually react. And the people who are very mature enough, calm, soft, those people tend to respond. So there is a this is a like a nature of a human being, of a people who actually tend to opt a behavior. So it is something that we can make a change if we come to know the negativities and the positivities of the two aspects, and we can actually implement in our life as well as in our corporate world. So, my second the point is, what is the best practice in a corporate world or a personal life? So, I always ask my students also, like, what we should do. We should respond or we should react. I would always tell everyone that people should learn how to respond. They should not never react. That is the best practice, and you will get to see the best of the output when you tend to respond rather than reaction. So this is what I want to share with you. So I will take an example. Let's make it very simple. Let's go with an example. There are two situations I have taken for more clarity. Let's take Sundar Pichai, Google CEO. He beautifully narrated a story. This is what he experienced, and this is what he experienced, and he has acknowledged and he shared his story with most of the people over in his company and outside world. The difference between a reaction and respond, and he beautifully told us that what is the beauty of responding. The story is like that. Sundar Pichai once visited a coffee shop, and he was having his coffee over there, and he saw the people are coming over there, taking like very easy light environment was going there. The two ladies were there, and he noticed that there was a cockroach. There was a cockroach who he has seen that the cockroach was stay there in the one of the ladies table, and the lady was like, after seeing that cockroach, the lady started shouting and created all the nuisance because she was scared to see. And you know how the people react when they suddenly see cockroach, and especially when it comes to the food outlet or any food restaurant anywhere. So those ladies started screaming, and it alerted it created a panic environment in that entire restaurant. And so what they did is that they started screaming and they started reacting, they started shouting, and people were like, what is happening? And what Sundar Pichai noticed, he was also sitting next to that ladies, and what he noticed is that a guy, a waiter, he came from the kitchen, and he saw all this episode. After watching all this episode, he came very simply, and he observed for just for 3 to 5 seconds, and he came and he picked up that cockroach and just threw away from the restaurant. So what happened? So there comes a definition about reaction and responding. What these ladies did, they started reacting, and what this guy did, he responded. So this was a situation which could handle very easily, but these ladies have screamed and these ladies have taken to the next level and created a nuisance and wasted, and all the environment, everything got affected. The same application applies in an organization as well as in personal life. If you see a problem, you should just analyze, you should take a long breath and do with all relaxed mind, not in hurry, not in like in a frustrated mindset or in a suffocation. Then you should not feel suffocated to take a decision. Just be light and take a mature decision. This is what we call a mature decision. And the second thing is Sachin Tendulkar. You know this Sachin Tendulkar is known for his coolness. He was a legend. Why? One of the reasons was he was very cool. You know, in cricket there is something called sledging. Sledging, people actually abuse the other opponent. The sledging openly, cricketers abuse the other team players, and this happens very regularly in the cricket match. And like Sachin Tendulkar was a person who never got affected with sledging. And you know why? Because he was very cool. It's for example, if it's the respond and reaction is something like, if I take a third example, it's like a cold drink and a water. If you shook the cold drink and open the the cap of the cold drink, you see that the face is coming outside. Why? That's a reaction. If you shook this water bottle, you will not see that reaction. It's light. So you need to be a water bottle, you need to be Sachin Tendulkar, irrespective, you need not to be like a cold drink. So always think, whenever you work anywhere, let it be anywhere, let it be personal life, that one person should know, should understand the benefit, the possibilities of responding rather than reacting. So this was a very small topic.